And Joe Tui joins us with more on what's happening. And Joe, what's led up to this strain on hospitals that we're seeing right now?
Yeah, hey, Lou and Tracy, quite a bit. Nurses are burned out. They're quitting. They're going to help at other hospitals who need it more. That, coupled with the Delta variant, officials say it's causing a huge problem. The Ohio Hospital Association says 1 in 6 patients in hospitals across the state has COVID-19, and 1 in 4 patients in the ICU has the virus. But doctors are worried about taking care of people who don't have COVID too. With a shortage of beds, they're worried they might not be able to help others who need it. This time last year, there was a lower demand for care as people were afraid to come to hospitals, but now more and more people are coming into the ER and urgent care for treatment because they put it off during the pandemic.
We are, quite frankly, at a breaking point, and I don't know how much more we can handle without, unfortunately, patients not being able to get the care that they deserve.
The mood is very somber. You know, people are definitely stressed. It's very rare that you run into healthcare workers, patients, and family members that have not been impacted by COVID in some very meaningful way.
Now, recent data has shown that the vast majority of those hospitalized with COVID right now are not vaccinated, and doctors say getting vaccinated is the best way to fight this. Along with that, wear your mask. Cuyahoga County just announced an advisory asking everyone to wear masks indoors, regardless of vaccination status. County leaders say it's one of the only ways to help keep our schools and businesses open. Lou and Tracy.
And Joe, it really is sobering, and it gets your attention when you hear a doctor, the head of a major medical institution, say we are now at a breaking point.
Right, and it's kind of a two-headed monster. One, you have all the COVID patients, but then there's a lot of other people that need hospitals too, and it's putting a strain on them.
All right, Joe, thank you. Well, 2 Medina moms are sharing concerns over rising COVID cases in their school district, and Fox 8 News reporter Maya Belai tells us why one of the vaccine queens is joining the effort to mandate masks in schools.
When the COVID vaccine was scarce, they helped thousands get the shot. Now, one of the vaccine queens, Stacey Benny of Medina, is turning to a new mission.
It does worry me. It worries me that this is what we're fighting against right now. This is an inconvenience. This is not taking away someone's freedom.
She's petitioning her child's school district to require masks as cases rise.
It just seems like such a simple thing we could be doing.
This time, Stacey is teaming up with Medina mom, Hannah Magrum.
The loudest voices aren't necessarily the right voices.
They created an online petition in support of mandating masks for Medina students, including Hannah's 7-year-old son.
Corbin has medical conditions that place him at higher risk of adverse effects of COVID-19.
Medina City Schools reports more than 50 active student cases and a total this school year of more than 250 cases. Total student quarantines this school year are nearing 600. Some individual school buildings have temporary mask requirements based on current cases.
I don't think we're far off from we have to do this because there could be very real consequences. What we do in our schools directly impacts our communities.
Stacey, who is immunocompromised, plans to present the petition to the school board next week, hoping to change minds.
I think it is hurtful. I think that this issue has revealed how people feel about their neighbors.
Hannah says she wants to protect children like her own. Corbin shared this message about the photos he wants you to see about his reality.
He said you have to send them the pictures when I was in the hospital because I don't want to go back. And I thought, my gosh, how brave.
In Medina, Maya Belai, Fox 8 News.
Maya, thank you. SpaceX's Inspiration 4 mission is high above us right now and is making history. The flight is unique because it's the first space flight that requires and features an entire crew of civilian astronauts. It's also carrying a woman who first set her sights on the stars while living here in our part of the world in Fairport Harbor. Fox 8's Roosevelt Lefwich talked with her proud family today.
It's a short rocket ride that ended a long road to space. Dr. Cyan Proctor, who's seen here on the right, is the pilot aboard the SpaceX Inspiration 4. It's the first space flight featuring a crew of private citizens and the first space flight to raise money for charity. They're not astronauts in the traditional sense. Cyan's a geology professor who spent her teenage years in Lake County and graduated from Fairport High in 1988. And her family is elated that she's living her dream.
Being able to see it live, we were all in awe and just screaming last night at every point, and my understanding, it was a textbook launch.
Robin Salen is Dr. Proctor's sister and is a biology teacher at Riverside Local Schools in Paynesville. She says her sister has always loved science and space, two things that Robin says came from their father, who was part of a very important team on Guam that tracked the Apollo 11 as it returned to Earth. In fact, Robin says Cyan brought along something very special from their dad.
My dad was one of very few people, and only two there, that ever got Neil Armstrong's autograph. And so that was gone up into space with my sister.
The Resilience capsule, where the astronauts will be riding, is unique because it features the biggest window to go into space, and from a big window you get big views. Cyan has been trying to get into space her entire life and just missed out on joining NASA's astronaut corps 12 years ago. And this is a view she's waited for her entire life.
When we get to reveal the cupola for the first time will be a really big moment, I think. Because that view.
The mission was privately funded, and part of the goal is to raise $200 million for St. Jude Children's Hospital. Robin says the mission crew is also hoping their trip into space will serve as an inspiration to others that space travel is truly for anyone.
The future of space travel for young women, that, and especially minority women, because my sister is only the fourth African American female to go into space. There's so many amazing inspirational messages that will come out of this.
In Cleveland, Roosevelt Leftwich, Fox 8 News.
What a great story. Congratulations there. Well, a very special honor today for our Fox 8 family. Amanda Berry and Fox 8 were recognized by the United States Marshals Service for our work with Operation Safety Net. 35 missing and endangered children were recovered throughout the program, and many of them were featured in, there she is, Amanda's Missing segments. That's why Fox 8 was given the Outstanding Community Partnership Award today at the ceremony at Progressive Field, and we want to give a big congratulations to Amanda Berry and everyone else recognized today.
We're so proud of that project, and proud and happy that Amanda is part of our family here.
She does great work,
yeah,
too.
she's terrific. Time now for a look at what's on News Nation tonight. Here is Leland Vittert.
Tonight, how social media manipulates our psychology, and new reporting on how Facebook exploits it, the life-threatening effects it's having on the younger generation, and what you need to do to protect your children. That's coming up on Balance tonight, followed by News Nation Prime. Now here's a look at tonight's Banfield.
Thanks. Tonight on Banfield, booked and bailed out. Alex Murdaugh's mugshot says it all. Or does it? The latest lawyer to sue him is my guest. Plus, Gabby Petito's dad joins me after begging her fiancé's parents to help find the missing YouTuber on Banfield.
And you can catch News Nation tonight on cable and satellite stations you see here listed on your screen. You can also head to newsnationnow.com.
Life has thrown him plenty of hurdles over the years, and he's jumped over every single one of them. How a local wrestler is adding yet another accomplishment to his huge list. Hi, Natalie.
Hi guys, so two things. First of all, you are going to meet an adorable dog coming up, Flurry, that stole hearts this morning. We're going to bring Flurry back in. Second of all, if you call during this next commercial break and make a donation, I'm going to jump on the phone, get your personal story, and we're going to share it on the air right here coming up.
I'm Amanda Berry. Every day, thousands of people go missing across our country. Let's do our part to shrink that number, at least in Northeast Ohio. This is Isaiah Cooper. He is 16 and was last seen September 6th in Cleveland. That day, Isaiah wore a dark hoodie, black jeans, and a dark shirt. He stands 5'6" and is known to hang out in East Cleveland and Garfield Heights. If you know anything, please give Cleveland detectives a call at 216-623-3082. Remember, no tip is too small. I'm Amanda Berry, Fox 8 News.
Guys,
Can you believe the season is finally here? I know. I am so pumped. I'm expecting great things from our team this year. You bet, Josh. How's this for coverage? Get a free 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new